Hello everyone, and welcome to Game Break, the full coverage writer's presentation where we take a few moments to look at the story and creativity behind some of our favorite video games. Will here, returning once again to Rapture in BioShock 2, as we continue Delta's journey to find some Adam so he can buy a plasmid. Video game MacGuffins. In the last episode, we got to look at the ride Journey to the Surface as part of Ryan Amusements, a fun little amusement park where Andrew Ryan was entertaining the children of Rapture. Certainly no brainwashing going on or anything. Let's continue.
Now, Tannenbaum would have you turn that sister human again. You'll get just enough Adam for our purposes, and the girls will likely try to repay you somehow. But Rapture's a high-stakes town, son, and she is a jackpot. You just have to be willing to take it all. You'll harvest more Adam than the price of one plasmid, so the rest is gravy. Think about it. Down here, it's your survival or hers.
So we're back to this old ploy from BioShock 1, only with more of a business twist to it. Ooh, mannequin heads. More of a business twist to it. Once again, we can choose to save or harvest the little sisters. If we save them, we don't get as much Adam, but eventually they'll reward us with little gifts. If we do harvest them, the little sister will die, but we'll get more Adam. In a way, I feel bad for the little sisters. They're just innocent little girls taken away from their families and turned into these Adam-harvesting, blood-drinking monsters that everyone wants to kill and take advantage of. It really is sad. I really do feel sad for them. They really didn't deserve any of this, and I suppose that's why I always save them. I do save them in this game too, as you'll see, but I just can't bring myself to harvest them, at least on a first playthrough. They don't deserve it. They deserve to be saved and rescued. Those mannequin heads are still creepy, though. Ugh. Mannequins.
Well, our Tin Man had a heart all along. Personally, I call that a liability, but you have enough Adam now. Barely. Head to the Hall of the Future and splice up with Incinerate.
Everything about harvesting them in here feels a lot less creepy because they're not fighting you. But yes, the plot-driven point of finding the thing you need to progress in the game continues as we hunt to find the Incinerate. Oh my. Looks like someone had quite the opinion to express over here. Reject the tyranny of the self. Rapture failed. We will not. Lamb will lead the way. The end of Ryan is the end of self.
Unable to provide for itself, the need of the parasite grows until war is made to justify it. Your parents brought you to Rapture, where you need never fear the parasites again. So you see, there is no place for you on the surface. But you may bring the world to you. If you know someone who belongs in Rapture, write a letter to the Ryan Industries mailroom. And you never know. The next new face might be familiar.
The only thing better than propaganda is promotional propaganda. The surface sucks. Have all your friends move to Rapture. Of course, in the face of such a gory effigy, I don't exactly think, obviously, Rapture ended up being the place Andrew Ryan hoped it would be. Escape to Rapture. And I admit when I was playing it took me a little while to realize it, but that golden tower there in the water, that's the lighthouse at the beginning of BioShock 1, where the plane crashed and we first took the bathysphere down below to Rapture. They had a little, I guess it was the only official way down into Rapture? I'm not sure. But I guess it must have been if he built a replica of it at the end of this ride. But yeah, Andrew Ryan believing Rapture was the best thing in the world, all thanks to him. And then everything went horribly, horribly wrong because a few greedy people wanted more. Which is pretty much Sophia Lamb's entire logic and point of why she's doing anything. Very patriotic music, too, for Rapture.
I know this facility is vital to the preservation of secrecy in Rapture. But seeing myself transformed into that lurching, waxen nightmare, do children truly respond to this? Still, I spoke to a young man exiting the park after the grand opening, asking him what, if anything, he had learned here. He said his chores didn't seem so bad anymore, as long as Mother wouldn't send him to the surface.
Looks like Ryan's attempt to sow the seeds of a nightmare worked pretty well on the young people of Rapture. But also, interestingly, he talked about maintaining the secrecy of Rapture. I don't remember if it was really touched upon at any point prior or in BioShock 1, but Andrew Ryan didn't really want the general world above knowing too much about this place unless they were willing to move or trade with Rapture. He was probably afraid that if any government agencies or governments in general found out about the place, they'd try to wage war to take it away from him. Of course, if they saw the place now, they probably wouldn't want anything to do with it other than to strip it of its technology and leave it rot at the bottom of the Atlantic. Oops. Seems even Big Daddies are susceptible to the effects of too much alcohol. But like before, those effects are ridiculously short-lived. Must be all the splicing.
Got a little dating tip for you, Jimbo. It'll get you out of that lonely hearts club for good. This scheme works 100% of the time, guaranteed. First, find some Betty and take her to Ryan Amusements. Then, you'll go to the gift shop, buy her a teddy bear. This is key. I ain't kidding around. Then, you buy her a ticket on Journey to the Surface. As soon as you hit that first scare, bingo! Tunnel of love.
I hope you're all taking notes. That's very important and good dating advice. I know it has absolutely nothing to the story, but I love these little tidbits that they added in for whatever reasons to show that there was life here in Rapture, and probably also as a little bit of encouragement to go visit the gift shop here, since if we just follow the story plot, we never enter the gift shop, but there's some fun little things in the gift shop. And of course, how can you go to an amusement park and not visit the gift shop? That's practically criminal. Sunbeam gum. I talked about this in a previous episode about lack of vitamin D from lack of sunlight. It seems that the people of Rapture had that covered with bubble gum, the only gum fortified with vitamin D. Good for those bones and countering depression. Wouldn't be surprised if they were sneaking vitamin D into everything down here, just to make up for the general lack of sunlight. Ooh, that booze was slow acting. Ooh, a fortune teller. Yeah, why not?
It won't go well. It won't go well at all.
Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Used to be, there was no margin in running the gift shop. I couldn't hardly sell off this tourist crap for a penny more than the cost of manufacture. Then I met a straight shooter named Sinclair, and he laid a sweet deal on me. Says he's got some hard luck folks down at Popper's Drop can whip up this junk at half the cost I used to pay. Yeah, I had to pick a needle or two out of the shipments, but all in all, nobody's the wiser, and I'm all the richer.
Even in Rapture, people were looking for a way to save some money and cut corners. And of course, our good buddy Sinclair was the one that was leading the way on saving cash and probably making some on the side. Hello? Anybody home? Seems pretty empty in here. Excuse you? How about no? Someone there? No. Okay. Sure. Ooh, an e-hypo. Ah, Jesus, jumping out at me. This is the men's room. No women in the men's room. Rude. Well, time to go to the ladies' room. Oh, how lovely! Scented candles and a portrait to Sophia Lamb. Ah, the women's rooms are always so much nicer than the men's rooms. Relatively speaking.
I know the surface, Eleanor. I spent half a lifetime there, in service of the common good. But then, I heard my own words twisted by fat old men squatting over the embers of Hiroshima. Were the modern world a patient in my care, I would diagnose it suicidal. On perhaps that point alone, Andrew Ryan is correct. Rapture is deliverance.
So the good Dr. Lamb agreed with Andrew Ryan on the simple fact that the surface world was basically collapsing and unfit for the general people anymore. But while he believed that a free, open market and hard work of an individual would lead to salvation,
Each of us has a moral duty to increase the common joy and ease the common pain. Alone, we are nothing. Mere engines of self-interest. Together, we are the family. And through unity, we transcend the self.
Dr. Sophia Lamb believes that pure socialism and everyone working as a community without working for personal success is the true way to salvation. Basically, a capitalist versus a socialist. But with the inclusion of Adam is where things get a little crazy, what with all the genetic splicing. Personally, I don't think either one of them is right. Not down here. Not with these results. Welcome to the Hall of the Future, where all the plasmid advertising is.
So, you would drain the people of their life's blood. Rapture is a body, Delta. I am the voice, and Big Sister is the hand. When Rapture speaks of you, it says only this. Sleep now. Your day is done.
That's what you think, lady. We're only just getting started. She's really into this whole family thing, though. She's got herself fitted out, right at the top of the food chain. Although, according to her, everyone's apparently equal. Hard to really tell. I'm sensing a bit of unintentional hypocrisy in her actions over her words. Not to be unexpected for any kind of major antagonist, but we'll see just how loyal she is to her plans. Oh, hi, big sister. I was just talking about Dr. Sophia Lamb. Just gonna go swim off? Okay, bye. I'm gonna stay here and look at this bust of Andrew Ryan. In what country is there a place for people like me? Wise words from a dead man. I guess I'll just see you never. Yeesh. I don't like the big sisters. They're creepy. And they're more mobile than I am. Alright, I think that's a mannequin. I don't like mannequins. I don't trust them. This game has given me a distrust of mannequins. Well, BioShock 1 gave me a distrust of mannequins, but this one isn't helping right now with these burnt out mannequin corpses. Ugh. Mannequins.
We lost another of the Alpha Series protectors today in testing. Somewhere outside the city limits, he simply vanished. For these men, Rapture has no walls. We must find a method of conditioning them against abandonment of the Little Sisters. Something physical, possibly even lethal. The lab aides are starting to call them Big Daddies. Perhaps there's some genius to that. Bonded pairs, connected by a love that kills.
It's almost poetic if it weren't kind of sad and crazy, brutal science fiction. But I do love the idea of certain big daddies in the early series just wandering off into the ocean, leaving everything behind. Maybe they were the smart ones. And finally, a gatherer's garden in working condition, and the incinerate plasmid that we've been looking for.
Light up enemies to 1,000 degrees. Warning, fire spreads.
I still have to wonder, though, when Rapture was in its height and heyday and everyone was living peacefully and living it up, why did they need plasmids like Incinerate? What enemies were they worried about? Isolated here in Rapture.
Purchase of the Incinerate plasmid. Say, Tom here is having a romantic evening with a gal.
Aw.
What would impress her more than lighting the fireplace with a snap of your fingers?
Oh yes, fireplaces are needed for romance. Well, I guess things really heated up between those two. Yeah, let's move on now. Wait a minute. There were 3 mannequins before. That's what I thought. Tricksy splicers. No fooling me.
Oh, a party. But this party just hit the skids.
Aw.
Carl needs a light for his cigar, and no one can help him.
No one but me? That didn't work. You know, it's just as well. Smoking's bad for you. Not good. Oh, she sounds pissed. Big gun, please. Very big gun time. Oh dear. Big sister is not happy. Maybe I should stock up on some supplies. Just in case. Okay. Full med kits, full Eve hypos. We should be ready for anything. Check, please. Oh dear. Oh, hi! Hi, big sister. How are you? She looks mad and does not seem to give two worries about me setting her on fire or shooting her with a machine gun. Oh man. I know in BioShock 1 I said I really didn't like fighting big daddies because they were brutal, but big sisters are easily 10 times as worse. Big daddies were just honking tanks. These big sisters. Oh, they are. Look at them jumping around. Crazy gymnasts. She moves faster than I do, that's for sure. And she does not care about me hurting her. Eesh. I don't want to play anymore, big sis. I think it's time. Ow! Too close. Invading personal space is bad. Ow. Enough. There we go. Sheesh.
Holy Moses, son. Not even a big sister can keep you down. Well, come on back and melt the ice and we can say goodbye to this 2-bit carny ride.
Gladly. Sheesh. Hopefully I won't have to fight too many more of those big sisters. Even just rewatching the footage gets my blood pumping, but I got a feeling there'll be plenty more of those and probably even stronger ones later on in the deeper parts of Rapture. Because, well, they never let us get off too easy.
Ryan saw the individual as a hero, a noble survivor. And Rapture was his paradise, a shrine to the supremacy of the self. The result? Slavery, genocide, chaos. Now that the tyrant is dead, we are a true collective, a single family.
I mean, she's not wrong. As soon as anyone attempted to undermine Andrew Ryan's authority, he pulled out all the stops to really eliminate the problem, legally or otherwise. So, you know, she's got a point there. I'm just not so sure if her plan is really the better option.
He's gone. James was the only man I ever loved, and now it's like he never even came to Rapture. He heard me sing at the limbo room, came up all bashful. He liked hearing songs about what it's really like to live in this town. I think he's been trying to organize folks against Ryan. And now he's gone. And I'm here, singing Rise, Rapture, Rise. Scared to death they're gonna come for me.
Case in point. Any word comes out that you might be leading a resistance against Andrew Ryan and you just disappear, never to be heard from again. He was definitely a paranoid man, understandably so, considering people did rise up against him, but perhaps if he had been a little bit more giving, things might have gone better for him. Rapture wouldn't have turned into this. But according to Sophia Lamb, this was probably all inevitable.
Outstanding, sport. You're proving to be quite a windfall. Now just open the train tunnel from the security booth there, and I'll come out and jump on.
Sure. Leave all the hard work to me. Flip the switches, get the plasmids, kill the big sisters. And there he is himself. Sinclair. Hello, sir.
I like to look a man in the eye when I give him my word. You and me, kid, we're going places.
So you say. Forgive me if I don't 100% trust your word.
I had thought you some golem of Sinclair's, brought here to hold Rapture's arms while he rifles through her pockets. But no, you are aware of your plight. Who, I wonder, would be so cruel to force a mirror on a man with no face?
Lamb was waiting for us. Come out shooting and start the train.
You know, I have to admit, I'm with Sophia Lamb on this one. Who did wake us up? Who sent us on this journey? My assumption is that it's our little girl Eleanor. She needs us to come rescue her, so I assume she's the one that woke us up. And her mother Sophia is none the wiser. But again, that's just an assumption.
Andrew Ryan. He reckoned the free market was some kind of Holy Spirit gonna lead us all over the rainbow. And I reckon it's a big fat hooker too dim to spot a wooden nickel. So old Andy went and became his own ghost, and I whittled nickels till I made a mint.
And of course, proof from the man's mouth himself, Sinclair's been abusing the system since he got here. Pulling the wool over Ryan's eyes and presumably everybody else he encountered. Of course, that only makes me even more suspicious of how much we can actually trust him. And if there is going to come a time, then he is going to betray us for his own personal gain. He might not, but he might, and it's only a matter of time until he does. If he does. What the hell is that thing? Oh, whatever it is, it's mad.
Attention. Subject Delta is now trapped in Pauper's Drop. All railcar travel is suspended until he is found.
Uh-oh.
Remember, the enemy is alone. We are the family.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Lamb's trying to box us in, kid. This is a goddamn citywide lockdown. To keep the train moving, you need the security override key from the local governor, Grace Holloway. She kicked me out of my own hotel down here, the Sinclair Deluxe. Find her and get that key.
So, of course, you have no personal vendetta against her. Of course, more plot device to keep us progressing through a new section of the game. Trapped until we can kill a boss. So be it. Well, that's about all the time we have for today. I want to thank you all for joining me on this adventure. As always, feel free to continue the conversation below in the comments. Just try to keep it spoiler-free. If you enjoyed the video, give that like button a push. And feel free to subscribe to our channel for more great videos from us at Full Coverage Writers. And until next time, get out there, be creative, and be awesome.